Hey guys, welcome to the Old Ultra Runner channel. I'm your host Jay. Today I wanted to do a training update for the week ending December 12th, 2021. I'm actually doing it for the last 2 weeks. I say training, I'm not really training for a specific event right now. More just trying to still recover from my heart attack that happened 7 weeks ago today. I am signed up for a 54K, so it's about 34 miles in Tyler State Park. It's called Running the Rose, put on by Trail Racing Over Texas. The third weekend in January. I will very likely drop down to a shorter race. Haven't done it yet, not sure what I'll do, but they also have a 36K, so what's that, around 22 miles, and a 11-mile race that are available, so which is more likely what I will end up doing. But anyway, I'm definitely improving. I'm still doing run walk intervals. Until today I've been doing run 1 minute, walk 30 seconds. Today I'm trying run 2 minutes, walk 1 minute, and hoping that later this week I can go to run 3 and walk 1. The last 2 weeks, on Monday and Wednesday of each week, I've been going to cardiac rehab, where they're trying to raise the amount of exercise intensity that I'm doing in a safe method. I'm monitored the whole time, so we're starting to raise it a little bit and making sure that my heart stays on rhythm and I don't shoot up too much, and that I'm recovering quickly but not dropping to too low blood pressure. Anyway, some of the things they do at cardiac rehab. I've also been doing a little bit of in there, like they actually do like 20 minutes on the treadmill, and we do it as intervals. And they are starting to make the intervals a little more difficult to get my heart rate up a bit. Adding some incline. I spend 15 minutes on a bicycle, indoor cycle, and they've been definitely upping the intensity on that. And then each of those days I'm doing about 10 minutes of weight work, which is actually good. I need to start doing more of that at home too, because I kind of need to rehab the left elbow that I hurt went 3 months ago with the fall on the trails. It was almost 3 months ago, and it's still not quite right, but it is getting better. Anyway, last week, the week ending December 5th, I ended up with 64 miles total of moving activity, not counting the cycling, of which 53 I'm saying are running and 11 walking. Now the 53 of running is very overstated. I was doing run walks, and even then I really walked a lot more than that, because I did the reason I did it with so many miles is I went to the perpetual motion 12-hour race, and I did 40.6 miles. Now in my log I have those all as running, but I probably walked at least 2/3, maybe even 3/4 of that. So the walking was probably more like 40 and running 24 or something like that last week. But anyway, this week after this run, I'll be up to just like 15 running and 11 walking, so I have a 26-mile week. But I am able to start increasing the distance of the running sections, and I'm definitely upping the heart rate a little bit while I'm in cardiac rehab. So anyway, this next week I'll be going to cardiac rehab on Monday and Wednesday, hoping we can up it a little bit more. They actually, when I did the perpetual motion, I had an alert, and even though I was running 1 minute, walking 30 seconds, if ever within that 1 minute my heart rate hit 130, I stopped and immediately started walking. And then as it got hot, it got close to 80 degrees that day, 80 degrees Fahrenheit. I was having trouble keeping my heart rate low, and then toward the end I couldn't keep my heart rate low, so I pretty much walked the whole time. But anyway, for the 11 hours that I really was moving in that, I quit an hour early. My average heart rate was 108, so I kept it pretty low. But anyway, I'm trying to increase the running sections, trying to increase the intensity. They actually told me in cardiac rehab I could probably get up to 140 now with my heart rate, but I'm gonna kind of wait and do that in cardiac rehab so they can monitor it the next few sessions. Other than that, this week just worked on getting ready for the holidays and did some Christmas shopping for my kids and my wife. I also wanted to talk on, I didn't mention it in my race recap for perpetual motion, but my Ultra Torrens is what I started the race in. I ran the first like a little over 30 miles in them, and then I ran the last 10 in my Skechers Max Road 5s. Well, I started hearing this flopping noise on my Ultra Torrens, and the heel, the rubber on the heel actually was coming loose and starting to flop around. So I'm going to be gluing that down with shoe glue, because I think I've still got another 50 to 100 miles of tread available. I just need to get the rubber to stick to the shoe, to the midsole. Anyway. Okay, so I think I mentioned that during my perpetual motion 12-hour, I was wearing my Ultra Torn 5s, and the heel started making a noise. Well, there's the rubber that came loose. It's still got a pretty good amount of rubber, so I wanted to repair it because I think I should be able to get another 100 miles or so out of these shoes. So got my trusty shoe goo. I'm going to squirt a generous amount on there, if you can see it. I get a little smoothing tool that I actually use. This is actually meant for prying open a computer, but I spread it out, if you can see. And then the other thing I keep when I'm doing this, I've got a wet paper towel that I'll use for wiping off the excess. And I just stick it down on there. And I've got it glued on. And now I need to hold it in place. Normally, if I was just building it up with this, I would kind of support it and keep like a piece of wood over it. I think in this case, I'm just gonna be able to lay it down, and it should hold it in place. And you really want to wait, probably, it says it'll dry somewhat in probably 4 hours, but I want it held on there real good for probably 2 days. And I'll check it again in probably a day and see if it needs any more. But basically I've glued it on there. And then on Friday this week, I did go out and spend the whole day. I think I worked for 8.5 hours helping set up the Bridgeport trail race, which was out in Bridgeport, Texas, put on by Blaze Trails, which is a great organization. My friends Chris and Ann own that. And I went out there and was helping set up the aid station, and unload and move trucks, filling water up, getting it ready for the race. And I marked part of the trail. It was really pretty out there. I should have taken video, but I didn't. But I do have a picture that I'll add to show you that it's not all silky smooth. I have a picture of a pretty good hill with how rocky and technical it was in some spots. So you'll be able to get a feel for what some of the more difficult portions of that course looked like. Anyway, I think that's it for my update for this week. I hope you're having a great week. I hope if you're training for something or about to race something that it goes well. And I hope you're getting ready for Christmas or whatever holiday you celebrate. And other than that, I hope you're having a great day and keep moving.